Alright, welcome back to... We're going to be looking at 120.2. For some reason I didn't realise they've been doing snapshots the last month. Normally they start in like October working back on it, but I guess they started earlier this year. And one of the things that in 23W31A, which was released on August the 2nd, 2023, adds the Villager Trade Rebalance Experimental Toggle. So we're going to look at that. Somehow the bundles are still not part of the game. So I guess they just didn't want that. But yeah, I'm using the 120 pre-1 here. So about 5 snapshots that I've missed. I'm basically just going to go through the wiki. Alright, what do we have now then? So we have this new button, random apparently. Oh, you know what it is? I think it's like this. What about this? There you go. That's kind of cool, I guess. Generic max absorption is the same as generic max health. I want to see if there's anything. Barrier blocks no longer give particles, apparently. Yeah, I guess they used to. I mean, is that really great? Can now be waterlogged. Oh, that's useful. So you can just have something like that if you want. Basically, it means you can. Essentially, means you can just use water decoratively, however you want. Things like that I always find. So it's like, why not just leave it as shard? It sounds so much better. Shard sounds such a. I remember them having this discussion about it as if this is the correct actual name, but it's like, okay, bro, there it is. Yeah, I don't know if that tooltip has changed in any way. Maybe it drops. So, and even if it's destroyed by an explosion, it will still drop properly. Okay, good to know. All right, let's do. Okay, we've got the pink petals thing. Let's do a super obscure way of doing this then. Just to remind myself, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alternate is. But this is actually, funnily enough, this is like how bone meal used to work, right? It actually does it like that, and then you get the drop on the fifth. And now, oh, okay. So what has changed is that the hitbox size actually changes. I mean, not the most interesting thing in the world. There you go. You can see the hitbox. Now you can see the hitbox is now bigger. Very interesting. Oh, well, the smithing table I feel looks different from how I remember it. Apparently you can now, so if we have some armor, I think you can use emerald for this, right? So we tried, let me just do this. Yeah. What is up with this picture though? It's for some reason actually showed in the, yeah. Is that supposed to be like that? I feel like that must be not supposed to be like that. Pig step is now the last disc. It is the last disc. I don't remember some of these other ones. I guess, yeah. I don't know when they added some of these, to be honest. A sniffer. A lead. They now panic when damaged. Problem with a sniffer panicking is it like this thing, man. I don't know about this thing, to be honest. I still don't. It's a funny one, that's for sure. Is it really? Is it really panicking though? It's hard to say, right? I guess it is panicking. Yeah, I think because the sniffer is so big, it's like it almost doesn't look like it's panicking because it's like world generation diamond ore is now generated more frequently in deep slate. To be honest, yeah. I mean, that's the sort of thing you don't really notice. Well, you do notice it when you actually play in survival. Let's try this. Oh yeah. Did it slightly wrong, but you get the idea with it, right? So just do that again. It's a very interesting way of doing that. Let's look at the villager trading things. I've got a little command here that hopefully will work. Basically, instead of offering every possible book, librarians will offer you certain books depending on thingamajigs, like what biome they're from. So potentially, if I wanted Silk Touch, I would specifically ask for this librarian. Normal, yes, yeah, that's actually correct. Basically, a Silk Touch is the special request. The normal would be Aqua Affinity, Looting, or Frostwalker. So basically, in a snow village, very likely to get. We'll just check. Let's see. Are they both Aqua Affinity? I think they are. See, Looting 3 already. And Looting is part of the normal. Yeah, it's actually on the normal section. So very easy way to get Frost. Yeah. It says Aqua Affinity, Looting, and Frostwalker are the ones provided. Swamp has got Curse of Vanishing, Depth Strider, and Respiration. So that will be always their trade. The special books have a specific enchantment with a fixed level. Yeah, so that might be part of this bit. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, it has to. So basically, you only get the special enchantments with the So, for instance, and I think that might be 100% on that actually, because there's only one special. So technically, I think you're always going to get that. So this should always be. We just check the snow level 5. Silk Touch. There you go. So yeah, and other ones that of course are interesting. I won't go through some of the more. The Tiger's got Fortune 2. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why it's not Fortune 3 there. I will. This is only on. We're still on snapshot 23W31A, by the way. Change the Wandering Trader trades. So what's the deal with that? Buy. Okay, so now the Wandering Trader will buy. So that's pretty good, right? Yeah. I mean, if you happen to have the stuff, right? This looks like a little bit more pedestrian, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not seeing like anything really that interesting. It's got now you can buy it. Now it's like they actually want stuff, but item given. I'm just looking at item given. Oh, they have a special selling potion of invisibility. Is that in a? That might be. No, actually, of course, yeah. Doesn't. But the problem is, potion of invisibility has never worked though. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything else useful. Maybe bucket of tropical fish. Maybe if you. I mean, yeah. We'll now move on to 23W32A. So normally the first one is like quite a lot, so there might not be much in the following ones. The Skulk sensor detects all sorts of noises, but it doesn't really matter. Chat invalid messages. That's not very interesting. Yeah, nothing. There's basically literally nothing of any interest in 23W32. Oh, the debug screen is different. Control F3. Is it different? It shows charts for ping. Oh yeah, it does. F3. What was that? Debug charts F3+1. Oh yeah. Haven't seen that for a while, right? Right, let's move now to 23W33A. Narrator hotkey option to accessibility settings. Where's? Oh yeah, there it is. It allows the narrator to be toggled on and off with Control B. Oh, okay, that's something I guess. Now uses plank sounds instead of stone. Oh, I guess that makes sense, right? Yep, that's a plank sound. Comparatively, the comparator and also the repeater and the lever. Now make stone sounds. Yeah. Okay. Chorus fruit resets full distance when eating it. Here's an interesting one, right? Apparently there's now some differences in the reach. So for instance, if I did something like... looks like they changed some of the calculations for attacks. So for instance, we have this. Even when you're on a horse, it's basically... It's classifying the mobs as small, medium and large. So basically when you're on a horse, the baby zombie can't attack you. And similarly, because horse is medium, baby zombie is small. And similarly, when you're on a camel, because camel is tall, zombie is normal, they can't attack you in that situation either. I don't know if it was always like that. I can't, to be honest with you, I can't really remember. Alright, and that actually brings us up to date with most of what we've got in 120.2. But we do have 120.2 pre-release 1, which is what we're obviously playing in at the moment. And let's take a look at that. Okay, game rule is a new game rule called Ender Pearls Vanish on Death. I mean, that's pretty straightforward, I would say. Structure tag. Oh, wow. Added the following structure tags for all the different structures. Interesting. Okay. There seems to be some changes in the recipe book, apparently. Let's see what that is. Let's just do this. That. So apparently with the recipe book, so we'll do the example. Tor will only show torch and redstone torch, but not daylight detector anymore. So it only matches from the beginning of the words. I mean, that probably, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? All recipes, including those that have not been unlocked, will now show up in search results. Wow, so I actually don't need to do that. So if I do this, this is interesting, right? I've got 0 recipes, right? And still, oh wow, that is a game changer, that. Because that is what is actually, yeah, that is a game changer for sure. That actually literally makes it usable after like 4 years. Well, it looks like some world gen. You get more mending books in ancient cities. Anything else? Quick charge in pillager outposts. The other stuff is so like boring. It's like, oh, you might get more unbreaking in desert and jungle temples. Like you won't even notice that. All right, so it looks like this is like the part 2 to the what we saw with the villagers earlier on, but this is the cartographer bit. So yeah, jungle and swamp villagers not generate naturally. You might have to cure a zombie villager in the biome. Yeah, I got that. Village maps points to a village in a specific biome. Oh no, that's right. I remember level 3. I think is. Oh right, here we go. Yeah, look at that snowy village map. That's from an apprentice. I don't know why you're not working, bro. So yeah, so you get snowy village. Right, and different ones have got different. Kind of interesting. It seems kind of like what is this guy? This is a swamp. So from a swamp, there's 3 groups: snowy, tiger, and jungle that I can get. So that's basically 2 of the 3. So I always get snowy, tiger, and jungle. So if I want to find, I guess the jungle is always the hardest one to find, and you can only get that from swamp, savanna, or desert villages. So yeah, if you want to find a jungle temple, basically, obviously there's the issue that swamp and jungle don't have villagers, so you would be you'd have to go to a savanna or a desert to find a jungle explorer map. So just to clarify that, we take so here's this guy. Yeah, Desert Plains. They're the Group 1 and Group 2. I guess Group 3 is the rare one. Swamp Explorer map. Oh, that's a Swamp Hut. Okay, that is also quite rare, isn't it? Swamp Hut and Jungle Pyramid are probably the two rarest structures. Well, I don't know, actually. But yeah, again, it looks like... Yeah, I'm getting... Alright, now moving on to some of the other changes to the villagers. If we take a look at the armor, we'll go for level 2 on this one as well. What does it say? Okay, let's actually... the armor has got some interesting things. Let's look at a level 5 here, the master. They will buy blocks of iron and give you 4 emeralds. So that's pretty good, right? That's a good incentive, easy way to get a lot of emeralds. If you want to buy diamond armor, you have to pay with diamonds. Chainmail armor is exclusively... Oh, that's cool, right? So I guess they're actually trying to promote getting the swamp and jungle villages as part of a gameplay. So they always sell... Swamp and jungle will always sell armorers will always sell chainmail armor. Ah, interesting. The Savannah Armorer. That is quite a cool thing. The Savannah Armorer sells cursed diamond armor at reduced prices. Okay. The Tiger Armor has also got some interesting things. Let's see. Let's see. What does it say about the Tiger Armor? We'll swap one piece of diamond armor for another. Will they? Well, a block of diamond gives you 42 emeralds. Interesting. They're definitely more interesting. They definitely, they obviously thought about this quite a bit. Not you, bro. Let's get maybe a 4. There you go. Yeah, I should remember, like, to be honest, if I do this enough, I'll remember what word counts to each number there. Okay. So yeah, that is basically all caught up now to the first pre-release of 120.2. I may just do it like this in future because making like a video each time, it's probably more in my interest actually to make a longer video like this, which is got a few snapshots in there just so you can see all the different things. So thanks for watching.